My friend is a young independent designer. She needs to include terms and conditions in her quotes, but has no background in law and no money to pay a lawyer. What can she do?
Um, this is a great question. And I think anyone who's started freelancing or started a business as a creative person without that business background, we've all been in the same boat. And luckily, there's so many great resources. I've just gone and found one. I do have a template for this. There's a website called Law Depot. They have things from partnership agreements right through to terms and conditions and many other things. So there's a lot of amazing resources out there that are free, but I think the two that have been put in the chat, I'm sure will be able to get your friend started.
Yeah. And then definitely have a look at some things, I guess some like gotchas that can come up, which is payment terms. I would always start with as short payment terms as possible. And if you are putting stuff into your terms and conditions, like regular payments throughout the course of a project, not just at the end, because otherwise you're basically working for free until you get the money at the end. And also making sure around handing work over before it's been paid for. So all of those great resources, and then a couple of watch outs as well. Great.
I definitely agree with what you were saying there, Andy, about splitting up the payments as much as possible. When we first started Storyfoot, our payment structure was 50% at the start and 50% before we handed over the brand. That's, now we don't do that because things that are out of your control, deadlines, move out and clients are delayed with feedback, or, people go on leave and things go to the wayside. So having regular, payments throughout the project is, more manageable on the client's end, because it's rather than two larger payments, they can spread it out and better for cash flow.
Yeah, definitely better for cash flow. Because it's one of those things that, like, if you're having a tough time and you haven't got the money coming in and you go to win a project, you still don't have that money until, much later on. At our agency, we used to do 2-week sprints is the way we worked. We always worked in 2-week blocks of work. And we would put in the invoice for the 2 weeks at the beginning and have 14-day payment terms. So we got the payment literally straight at the end, and we paid every 2 weeks. On the whole, it wasn't always perfect, but it definitely helps, especially if you're smaller, and you want to be able to kind of make sure that you can put food on the table that evening. Then it definitely helps.